The facilities in the Outer Hebrides for camping are absolutely superb. For just £5 a night, you can park up in spots like this and wake up to a stunning view whilst you have your breakfast. In this week's video, we spend the full day at Seilebost, where the cloud turned from white and fluffy to dark, mean and moody in the matter of 20 minutes. For now, we'll leave you with some drone footage of the day with incredible views and crystal clear waters. Welcome to this week's video. We currently stood on the beach at the very far end of Seilebost. So we've booked a site here tonight at Seilebost School, and it's the perfect location for what we've been wanting to achieve today with the photography. So this far end of the beach, there is a stream that runs down the sands and into the sea, and literally all day yesterday it was throwing it down. So the water that's coming down from the hills is coming through this stream and has created the most beautiful patterns you could ever imagine. So we've already spent maybe 2 or 3 hours on the beach earlier today. I've reviewed the images from earlier, and what I don't like about them is the blue in the sky. I was hoping for some moody, dramatic conditions above the mountains there, and we've at the moment still got blue sky. So we're about 2 hours from sunset. I'm hoping that we're going to get some cloud move in, either dramatic moody cloud like it has been on and off all day, or I'd settle for a nice little sunset with some colour in the sky as opposed to the blue. So just now I'm not going to even get the camera out. What I'm going to do is have a look just to see maybe some different compositions than what we took earlier on today. The tide is coming in. High tide is, I think it's 9:20. Sunset is 8:20. So I'm hoping that the tide doesn't come in too far and swallow up all of these beautiful patterns that we've got. So the sun is going to go down in front of us and hopefully cast some beautiful light across the sands and over towards the mountains there. That's if we don't get any dramatic cloud come through. What I'll do is, for now, just whilst I take things in and have a look at maybe what we're going to photograph later on, is I'll leave you with the images from earlier today, let you have a look and see what you think. This ended up being my favourite image from our time on the beach in the afternoon. I feel the image works better in black and white, as I didn't really like the blue in the sky. I also changed these 3 into black and white and feel that the strong foregrounds work well with the contrast. But here's some images that I didn't change. Let me know which you prefer, whether it be the black and white or the colour images. So I thought that I would explain why I'm dressed the way that I am. These robes are so warm. There's a nice fleecy lining inside of them and they're waterproof, and the rain's been on and off all day today. So rather than come out on the beach and prepare to get wet, we decided to put these on to keep us nice and dry and warm. We've got a 2-hour wait now ish till sunset, maybe an hour and a half, but the tide is coming in quite quickly. What we're going to need to keep an eye on is just this corner here, just to make sure that we don't get cut off. So I hope you enjoyed those images. The foregrounds in those earlier today were just unreal. I was in my element taking those images. I think you can see why I'm not going to take any images just now, because the conditions are pretty much the same. So I don't want to take the same images that I did earlier. We decided to come down for sunset to try and get some nice soft light with some either lovely sunset colours or dramatic clouds. We don't mind either. It's just going to be a shame if we lose this here, but we'll keep an eye on it. Like I say, I hope you enjoyed the images, and we'll come back to you again shortly once things change. Okay, so the shot that I'm just working on at the moment, I really like. The way that the water has come down from the stream has carved out a nice little peak. And what I've done is I've literally got that in my bottom third of the image in the centre, almost trying to use that as a leading line, as a point up towards the mountains there. What's really nice is we've got a bit of a current just running down on the left hand side, creating some texture and interest, and on the other side we've got the beautiful patterns. So I really like this shot. We've also got a little bit of that black sand running through, which again is just creating a bit more interest and texture in the sand. I've tried to zoom in to cut out some of that blue sky above, and I might stick this shot out because I really do like this one. It just depends what it's going to do. Looking across there now, there's no cloud. It's just bright sun. But that's the name of the game. It's the way it goes sometimes, and we might even come down again tomorrow morning to sunrise before we head off. But yeah, I do, as I say, I like the shot. I focused way back on the mountains. I'm still on 6 seconds, so I've used a 3-stop and a 6-stop just to see what effect each of those gives me with the way that this water is running down. And I actually prefer how the 3-stop is looking. The only thing that I would say is that because of the rain last night, the water that's been washed down from the hills has discoloured the beautiful turquoises and blues and greens that we usually see in the water. And you probably noticed on the shots from earlier on that it's got a different feel, a different look to it. And that's because it's the water that's coming down from the hills. So I saw a post actually today that said that when the water runs down from the hills, it settles, because it's fresh water, it settles on top of the salt water, which is quite interesting. But yeah, I think, as I say, we need to either stick it out or come back to this shot, hopefully when we get a bit of nicer light, maybe a little bit of colour. Who knows what's going to happen. One of the challenges that we had earlier on is that the sun was directly behind us, and when the sun came out we got shadow straight in front of us. What's quite nice tonight is because obviously the sun has moved around, our shadows are to the side, so that's one less thing that we need to worry about. I've literally walked about 10 steps, and what's caught my eye is the way that this ridge of sand is just being lit by the sun with these incredible patterns. It is so beautiful. I think I found my little niche with photography and the foreground, and using these incredible, beautiful, stunning patterns. And I know I've said on another video previously that I could just take images of these patterns every day for the rest of my life and never get bored. I ain't going to do any more though for now, because again, across we've just got that blue sky. I've got the mountains on the top third, and almost in the top left-hand corner, we've just got a massive patch of blue sky. I mean, it is nice. There's no doubt in that. The way that the light's catching the sand at the moment is just beautiful. So, yeah, we're going to leave it there for now. And I know I keep saying to you, we'll come back to you when the things change, when the conditions change. But this is just unreal, beautiful.
I was very conscious of trying to create some different images during our evening on the beach. And although we were focusing on the sand patterns, I absolutely adore this image. I love the textures, the shapes and the light. I also had a go at creating some abstract images, just focusing on the smaller details. The light on the sand was absolutely beautiful. The patterns, shapes are just incredibly beautiful, and it was a pleasure to capture this moment. This was the last image that I took just before the cloud changed.
Oh, we've got some dramatic clouds. Oh, I'm so chuffed. I've been trying to come away from that blue sky all day, but so drawn to those patterns. But actually, we've just walked a bit further down the beach and we're getting some beautiful cloud detail. It's absolutely immense. You can see the rain, you can see the dramatic clouds. We've got a little bit of glow just on the tops of the hills across there with the incoming tide. Oh, this is what I've been dreaming of. Absolutely beautiful conditions, dramatic and moody. I am so made up. Hopefully this will come across over the mountains. If it doesn't, I don't care. I'm absolutely thrilled with what we've got here, but I'm going to concentrate on what I'm doing, take a few more shots, and we'll pop them up on screen for you. If I could criticise one thing, it's not even a criticism, because these conditions are just immense, beautiful, stormy conditions. But if I could change, maybe is the right word, if I could change one thing, it would be the browns in the water that have run down from the hills. The only thing I suppose that I could say is that it's making the water quite dark, which also complements the sky, the mood in the image. So I'm just literally trying to get some shots here with the 3 stopping. I'm on 4 seconds just to try and create a bit more of an ethereal, moody feel. I'm going to try it without as well, but this is fantastic. Hopefully it's going to move across the mountains. We've probably got another, I don't know, 20 minutes or so of light before sunset, but the wind's picking up. Fantastic, absolutely superb. We're going to get some rain coming through and the winds are crazy, but this is unreal. I've taken out the 3-stop filter and it's actually better. I'm going to just keep clicking. The sky's immense. We've got a couple of gaps. We've got a couple of light bits. The tide's coming in. Superb. I am so pleased. I'm going to put these shots up for you, let you have a look. But I think these could be my favourite shots so far of the trip. Oh, that was absolutely unreal. The rain came and absolutely battered. You could see the rain just falling above the mountains across with some beautiful, beautiful sunset colour. It was a little bit of a, oh my God, we're getting wet through, but that's why we put the dry robes on, to make sure that we could stay out in these types of conditions. Not that you probably need them, but it just helps a little bit. So I'm really pleased with some of those images that we've just captured. Hopefully they're going to look as good when we look at them on the back of the camera. But yeah, the patterns have gone completely out the window. You've got to get where the mood and the drama is with that fantastic light. So yeah, we'll put these last shots up for you. I was just literally trying to frame a shot up with that dramatic cloud. So yeah, what a fantastic evening that's turned out to be.
What an incredible experience it was to be stood on that beach, witnessing conditions like this. Absolutely perfect.
So really hope you've enjoyed tonight's video. The evening has been finished off perfectly for me. It's been unreal to see those conditions. I mean, we did have a morning on the beach at Luscantire with 54-mile-an-hour winds, but I think tonight's topped it because we had the colour, we had the dramatic clouds. That morning we were expecting all sorts of loveliness going on, but the sky was pretty empty, to be fair. So
that was wild. That was wild tonight. That was wild.
That was absolutely wild, but so enjoyable. So we are now cut off on this side with the tide. It's right in against the sand dunes. We sort of just got a little bit of a gap. We have spotted earlier on an exit route, so we're probably going to head back to the van, have something to eat, dry off and take a look at the images. So in a nutshell, blue sky patterns today. Tonight, pretty much more of the same during the early part of the evening, but finished off with absolutely crazy, stormy, moody, dramatic conditions. Superb, absolutely superb. A privilege to be on the beach.
Absolutely. The only people on the beach.
The only people on the beach.
Only people on the beach.
Crazy enough to be out in these conditions. So thank you very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Leave us a little comment, let us know what you think. Take care. We'll see you next week. Adios.